Okay, it seems to be staying. Sorry, I had to take a breather because my camera keeps falling over. Welcome to Heart, where we talk about games, movies, and videos, young and old. And today we're talking about a new movie called Bring Her Back. Wow, I just forgot what the movie was called. Yeah, it's 2025 horror movie called Bring Her Back. The reason why I want to talk about this movie in particular, also good morning. I look tired, I know. It's not even that, well, what doesn't matter. So this movie was one that kept me up a little bit, because I'm pretty good with horror movies and like sensitive content, sensitive stuff, you know? But I guess this one had some relatable scenes in it for me, which I didn't like, because it's not good relatable scenes. Then all the stuff that happens in this movie that's like bad stuff, you know, it happens to kids. Like it happens to, the main characters are like 17 and 14, I think, or something like that. Like the oldest kid is 17. It just made me sad. Like, so I'm basically trying to say it's not a bad movie, but I had a hard time watching it because it made me feel like a lot, which kind of means it's a good movie, you know, because it made me dislike the villain character like a lot. And then it even gives you a little bit more to chew on with her character, where you're like, oh, maybe she's just a loving mother. And actually, I don't know, like you kind of question that a little bit. And then literally the next scene is just like ham-fisted, like nah. She is the fucking villain here. And you're like, oh yeah, you're just reminded. And yeah, just watching her gaslight this poor kid, man, made me very upset. I'm not gonna lie. And then it's like a cult movie, which I'm okay with. It's just the thing with cult movies is normally in the end, the cult kind of wins or succeeds or whatever, you know. Like Hereditary, I was telling my buddy, like Hereditary is a really good example. Spoilers for Hereditary, I guess. But Hereditary is like a really good example in that, where like the whole cult kind of succeeds in the end. Same with, I can't remember that cave diving movie that's like really good from like 2007 or something. That's like a great movie. And then the ending's kind of a switch up where she doesn't actually escape and you're like, oh. But basically all I'm trying to say is that the darker endings and the more serious endings, like I can take, I'm really good with that. But this one started to go into a direction where I was like, if this happens, I'm gonna stop watching the movie. I genuinely would have walked out of the theaters with like a half hour left, which is crazy. I have never done that in my life, but good thing I didn't watch this in theaters. I don't even know if it's in theaters, but anyways, or if it was, it came out like semi-recently, it seems. But it doesn't end there. But literally this part is happening. I was so upset that it was happening, because I'm like, I can't believe this movie is really like doing this right now. So I skipped. I just started fast forwarding. Crazy thing for Jacob to do. I'm gonna be so real. Crazy thing for me to do. So I start fast forwarding, and then I stopped at a scene where I'm like literally the next scene, pretty much, or the scene after, actually, probably like 2 scenes later. So I was like, okay, maybe it's not gonna be all that bad. It's not sunshine and rainbows. You know, it's not like a good, happy ending, but fuck. God damn, we don't gotta kill everyone all the time. It's like, Jesus, like, I just want people to get their just desserts sometimes, you know? It doesn't always need to happen, but that doesn't even necessarily happen in this movie. It's just, it's still wacky. But yeah, no, I was, I guess, very sensitive to a lot of the things happening in this movie. And it would have been so much easier if the brother and sister were just actual adults, you know? And they weren't. Like this poor kid. These poor kids, man. And the sister's blind. A whole major plot point of the movie is that, like, the younger sister is blind. She's extremely hard of sight. I don't think that's how you say it. I was saying hard of hearing, but hard of sight, that's not how you say it. She can basically see shadows and, like, that. I think that was it. She sees shadows and shapes. So watching this woman lie to a blind kid and just gaslight her through smells, which was very smart, but also, fuck you. Oh my God. And then, she's gaslighting everyone. She's the master manipulator. And that's only the 2 kids. There's another kid who gets abused so much worse. Oh my God, so much worse. It really did upset me, which is crazy. Well, it's not crazy. I have a heart. It's just like, I'm normally so much better with these things. I was very thrown off by how this movie made me feel. There is a scene in this movie that, yeah, no, I relate to like way too much. And that probably didn't help, because it's, there's a traumatic scene in this movie that I had a similar experience, terrible thing. It was like actually earlier this year. And it's just like, damn, that's why I felt like making talking about the movie, because like I was not expecting any of that, and it was a lot. I felt a lot watching it, so it's like good in that way. But geez, I almost kind of like regret watching it in a way. Like I don't really think I needed to go through that. And I'm probably hyping it up a lot. Probably sounds like it's, wow, this movie is crazy. It must be so gory and blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, it's not even, it's like a little gory. It's just, I guess, maybe for me personally, it just, scenes happen, then I went, oh my God. Like the fact that I skipped like a whole scene and I would have walked out in the theaters is crazy. I guess it's because I voluntarily put the movie on and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Because I really did not expect it to do that, to just, to kind of fully commit. I really did not expect it to do that. So I don't want to say it's a bad movie because it just hurt me personally, right? So that doesn't make it a bad movie. If anything, it almost makes it a good movie because I felt so many emotions. But I guess I'm kind of talking in circles now. Yeah, that's it. I'll be at my computer like probably pretty soon. Well, in the next couple weeks, I'll have like more videos from my computer. I do just kind of like doing this. I feel very comfortable in my car talking and just doing it like this. And I'm always surprised by the camera and the audio quality on my phone. So yeah, I've had a time to watch movies and a couple shows, so I do want to pump out some reviews. Just sometimes you're not in the mood to do anything. And then other times you're like, I'm gonna do 5 reviews in a row. Like I'm probably gonna talk about Demon Slayer right after this one, so stay tuned for that. So until next time, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye.